I kind of know.
Put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in. He banks in the three.
One of the worst days of my life, and I'm just devastated by this news.
Clock is down to 5. Bryant goes to work. Bryant the drive. Oh! Kobe Bryant on a rack attack.
He was looking for somebody to challenge him, and nobody came quick enough to stop it.
I was at work serving at a restaurant when I found out, man, and it was just really tough to have to go up to tables and act like everything was okay and provide customers.
Over to the Lakers, and here's Bryant. Wow! Let's get the slam dunk back into the All-Star game after that one, huh?
I tell you, that was impressive.
That was impressive. He's impressive. You know Michael Jordan is impressive.
When Kobe Bryant died, a piece of me died. And as I look in this arena and across the globe, a piece of you died, or else you wouldn't be here. Those are the memories that we have to live with and we learn from.
Score. They need some help.
Long run out by Kobe Bryant.
What did I just see?
We just saw what Kobe does best, and that's bring people to their feet, the direction, behind the back.
Yeah, that was the ending game too. Mm-hmm.
So for you guys on TikTok, there was just a little minute of a montage of Kobe's highlights and stuff from his passing and people talking about his passing. Obviously, It was 6 years ago yesterday, which 6 years went by like that. Like I feel like it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, and it was.
You could remember it like it was just yesterday.
Yes. Oh, I remember it. Like, yeah.
Like it was literally just yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
It was just yesterday. And the interesting thing is it was on a Sunday. Like it was Monday. Yesterday was Monday, the 26th. But the actual day, it was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And the reason why I remember that is because I had just come back from working out, and a buddy of mine, like I'm in this group chat, and we got a clown, one of my buddies, K Ice. He's the jokester of the group, and he texts Kobe Bryant dies in helicopter crash, and I flipped out on him. I was like, "Yo, that shit ain't funny, man. What's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? That shit ain't funny." And he was like, "Yo, who laughing?" So I immediately make a beeline to the TV because I'm like, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like, this ain't funny. What's wrong with you, man?" And then, sure enough, I turn on the TV tone, and this shit is everywhere. And this is absolutely going on. And I went to pieces. I did. I couldn't, I was inconsolable.
That day was so chaotic because you're right. It's Sunday. And here's the thing. Some of you, like what I'm about to tell you got lost, I think, in what I'm about to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because I remember it was Sunday morning and there was a tweet that the Chicago Bears had been sold to and as you know, I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan.
Yeah.
A Saudi prince had sold the team to a prince from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? No, there's no way the McCaskies did that. Like I was in that mode.
Yeah.
And it had slowly come out that something had been hacked, and that's where these reports, because there was other teams too, but the one that caught my eye, of course, was the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Other teams had gotten hacked, and because this was from the Bears official page on Twitter that said they'd sold it, and I'm like, what the hell? So now I'm in a fantasy football chat, and so there's a bunch of people talking about because it was football, and in January you're right in the midst of the playoffs, so there's a lot of chatter. The fantasy season is done, but we're all still talking.
Sure.
And they all start talking like, and we're out. I remember we went to the mall, Mrs. Fluent and I and the kids, to grab some stuff, because at that time the kids would have been like 4 or 5 years old. They were young, but we're just picking up some stuff. And I remember I'm in line and I'm in our football group chat. I'm not responding because I'm like, oh, it's nonsense. It's the Chicago Bears. It's fake. They were hacked because they were saying stuff, and then Kobe's name was popping up, and I was like, it was fake. It was proved to be fake. It was someone got hacked. And then someone said, I think my cousin said to Mrs. Fluent, wow, I'm surprised that Tone is handling this so well.
Handling what? What are you talking about?
And I'm like, what? Because as you can see, like I'm not a small Kobe fan. Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm surprised he's handling so well. And I'm like, handling what so well? And they're like, he died in a plane crash. And I'm like, no, he didn't, man. That's part of the Twitter hack. And so literally it's like ding, ding, ding. Now I'm getting alerts because once it was official.
Yeah.
And then I look it up and I remember I'm in line waiting. I got kids clothes in my hand waiting to pay. And
You
I
crying.
try not to do it again. And I start crying.
Yeah.
I'm in the mall crying. And they're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. And when you say it feels like yesterday, it feels like yesterday because I feel like the day before that, I was bugging my cousin. Not my cousin, that's my sister-in-law, because her aunt in LA was at the time was doing Kobe's facials. And I'm like, you gotta get me to just tell me when he's gonna be there. I'm just gonna sit in the next chair. I ain't gonna do nothing. This is not. Hey, if he happens to talk to me and we become best friends and start texting, it's just coincidence.
That's what's up.
And I'm begging her, like, come on, just tell me what. She's like, no. She's like, no. That's one deal they have.
Yeah.
And so it was just like I remember having that conversation, and then it was like the next day.
Yeah.
Man, so it hurt like multiple heart, like not even double. It was horrible. It was horrible.
It just didn't sound like it just didn't sound real, Tone. The thing that I remember about that whole day was it just didn't feel like it was a real day. Like this isn't really going on. And it was. And and like I told you, Tone, my buddy Roy ended up calling me and he's screaming through the phone, tell me that this ain't true. What the hell's going on? And I was just inconsolable. I couldn't talk to him because I was just in tears. I couldn't talk. I was just beside myself in grief. Like, there's no way that this is happening. You can't tell me that this is how the story ends. Who came up with this bullshit story? And this
especially because, like you said, I was in that mind frame of because someone had already been hacked. Like it was that day, and so
it's like awful.
Oh man,
it's crazy that it's been that long because I literally remember it like it was just yesterday. So R.I.P. to the Mamba, man. He was something else. He wasn't good. He wasn't great. He was different. He was the guy who was what basketball, like he was a basketball purist. Like you got a lot of guys, Tone, who love the game. Like he was the game. Like if I think about guys,
I wish more people would watch his ESPN did that thing Details.
Yeah,
breaks down the game. I wish more people would watch those.
Yes,
because you could hear it.
Yep.
Like this dude loves this. His wife, his daughters, and the game. Like those.
Yes.
I can't even tell you which one he loved more. But you could hear it in his voice.
And he was a student of the game. Tony, remember when I played him one-on-one before we started playing?
Oh, this is actually, please share this because it's such a good story.
Before we started playing one-on-one, I asked him if he wanted to work out. And I'm showing him things. And the stuff that I'm showing him, because it's stuff that I
remind everybody, he's 18. He's
19.
Sure,
he had just finished. It was the summer. It was the summer after his rook season, right? Okay. It was the summer after his rook season, and he's 19 years old. He's going on 19 actually. He'll be 19 at the end of the summer. And I asked him if he wanted to work out because those runs in Rico Hines that you guys see on the internet, I would go to those, and I was able to get put on, and he dug my game. So he saw me working out. I asked him, I was like, yo, you feel like working out? He's like, yeah, let's get it on. And the stuff that we were doing, the drills that I was showing him, like he was really intrigued by it, to the point, Tone, where he was like, we would go over something and he'd go, show me that again. Which way do you want me to come off this screen? What am I looking for and again, Tone, I just got out of college. I had just been I'm a year removed from college, and I'm showing them drills where you spin the ball out. So instead of me coming off the top side of the screen, I'm going to chase you, and you got to decide how you're going to come off the screen and what you're going to do when you catch the ball. If I'm going to come on the top side, are you going to fade? And we're going over this stuff. I'm getting the ball at the half court line, and he's on the right side, and I'm pitching him the ball, and he's got to throw the ball between his legs, 2 dribble pull up. I'm pitching him the ball on the left wing, 2 dribble spin move. Like we're going over stuff like that. And we're doing that for about a half an hour, and we're working out. So I'm figuring, all right, I'm like, all right, we're good. He's the one who pitched it. He was like, yo, let's play one-on-one. All right, let's play one-on-one. And again, Tone, I'm not tripping. He's an 18-year-old kid who just got to the NBA. I'm still chasing my NBA dream, right? I'm still trying to get to that level of pro basketball. And we go at it. right? This is an 18-year-old kid. We go at it. I'm 23 years old. We go at it, and we're getting it on. And he ends up beating me 11-9, and we're going at it. But like I said before, Tone, it was almost like he was studying me because we play again. He was like, let's play again. And it was almost like just that quick, he figured me out. And he beat me 11-0. I didn't score a bucket in the next game. And it wasn't like I wasn't trying, because I was trying. I just couldn't do anything against him. Like, I was able to get shots off. I was able to get past him, but his recovery was just so good. He was incredible. He was absolutely incredible. And I thought to myself, if that's what the NBA is, I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble.
That's why you always play once first before you show all the moves.
So yeah,
you did it in reverse.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did wrong.
But no, it just goes to show, right? Like there's certain. It's not a lot, but there's certain guys, they're just different, where they can watch what you do and analyze it and then say, okay, so your tendency is here, here, and here.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are special.
And it was that quick too, Tone. Just that quick. Man.
Okay, so we're going to move on to some nicer, brighter things.
Mm-hmm.
This coming 2 Sundays, not this Sunday, both your team and my team. Let me ask you this. Did we ever talk about this?
I don't know.
So my team lost in overtime. Your team got blown out.
Smoked.
Better to get blown out, I think, than lose a close one.
Yes.
Personally, I think we did talk about this. So let's go to the Super Bowl matchup, which has the New England Patriots and Drake, May.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to understand that, by the way. Drake, May.
I don't know what that even means. No, I don't.
So Drake, do you know what Drake May's nickname is?
No.
Drake May.
Drake May, that's his nickname.
So it's Drake, May. So they call him Drake, May. Because you know how you put Dion Primetime Sanders, you put it. Yeah, so it's Drake, May.
Oh my god.
Because you put first name, nickname, last name. And I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've heard. Anyways, so Drake May.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And the New England Patriots, Vrabel, that defense, going up against Sam Darnold.
That's who, Tone.
Sam Darnold?
Yes.
And the best Seattle defense you have seen since the Legion of Boom.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And to be fair, for those of you at home at TikTok and for those of you in the YouTube world, yes, that's the same Darnold that was seeing ghosts with the Jets. Remember that dude? Yes. He's starting in the Super Bowl. Yes. He's the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Now, I, being an NFC West representative, because my 49ers are from the NFC West, I should be happy about this, but I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because I can't stand Seattle. I can't.
I would not think you'd be happy. I don't want anyone in the NFC North to win anything.
No, I'm not.
I want Green Bay, Minnesota, and Detroit to all go 0-17.
There's part of me that wants them to win because I can say that we lost to the champs. That's part of it. Okay. But on the flip side to that is Seattle, and we've endured. My 49ers have endured so many ass kickings from them dudes when the Legion of Boom was running around from 2011 to 2016, where I knew. Tone, there was a stretch during your Chicago Bears fandom when you knew you was going into Green Bay and you were going to lose. You knew it. No matter what happened, you knew that you were going to lose. There was a stretch.
Yeah, the whole Aaron Rodgers era. It was like 20 years, bro.
I knew there was a from that stretch 2011 to 2016. Even though we were awesome, I knew going into Seattle, I was like, we're not beating them up there. I just don't think that we can beat them up there. It was so loud. It was so ruckus. It was just so intimidating to be in that place that they were just so good. Now, fast forward to 2026, that defense that they got, which I feel like, I don't know if they're as hard hitting because the league is different than it was back then, right? So it's not as physical. So you can't get away with nearly as much stuff. But I think the cover corners that they have, I feel like their defensive line dominates. I feel like their pass rush is incredible. And I think Drake May got his hands full. He got his hands full against these dudes, man. They're gonna be a lot. They're gonna be a lot to deal with. I'm still trying to warm up to the idea, Tone, of Sam Darnold Super Bowl quarterback and Sam Darnold winning Super Bowl quarterback.
We had Trent Dilfer.
Yes, we did.
We've had bad quarterbacks make it and win.
Brian Johnson.
I don't say bad. No one's bad, but yeah, you know.
Right. I do know that. So the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. So Tone, which I'm glad that I got you here. Tone, rewind the clock back to September. Did you have the Patriots making the playoffs?
No.
Forget the bowl game.
No. Improved team. No. Absolutely no.
I
had the usual suspects. I had Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, like one of those guys.
Right?
No, I never had the Chargers. No, Chargers going to charge.
Okay,
no, Justin Rivers ain't going. No, I would never. Yeah, I know you like that. No, never. Never. No, I would have said, if you would have asked, if I remember correctly, it would have been, I had really liked Buffalo. Maybe it's their year. Baltimore's looking good. Kansas City. Kansas City's always a safe one, right? They go to the NFC or AFC Championship game every single year, so that's an easy one. But yeah,
Pittsburgh, Baltimore, like those teams.
Yeah, I would have maybe said Cincinnati had a chance. Like, probably the top 4 teams in no particular order would have been KC, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Buffalo, and me probably pushing for Buffalo, because I didn't think Denver was going to be this good. I didn't think the Patriots were going to be this good. Definitely didn't think the Patriots were going to be this good.
No, I didn't either.
I knew Denver would be a good defensive team, but
I wasn't impressed with Bo Nix at all. And to see what happened with that Denver team just blew me away, to be honest with you. And they were Bo Nix getting hurt away from having a chance.
Hey, listen, I said Stedman was going to give him a close game. Guy hasn't started a game in like 3 years, and he probably outplayed, really, statistically. Let me be safe. He was statistically better.
Tone, you can say he did outplay him. Yes, he did. He threw that pick at the end of the game. That's why up until that point, I'm going toe to toe with this guy.
Yeah,
I'm making the right reads. There are some guys that I'm missing, but I think that's to be expected when you haven't played, in 3 years, right? My run game. 100%. We were also playing in snow, so that doesn't help my pass game. The fact that we're playing in the snow, so that's kind of disrupting a lot of my reads. That doesn't work, and I think that they're doing a great job on Drake May, because let's not forget, Tone, this is the same Sean Payton who, instead of taking the points, he elects to go for it on 4th down. So for those of you at home, let this be a lesson
thing to do.
let this be a lesson to you. You can take. It's okay to punt. It's okay to take the points. You don't always have to hit home runs. That doesn't have to always.
If the Bears
happen.
take those 2 field goals, they win that game.
We have a way different game.
Other things play out
way different.
Who knows?
Way different.
Hell, if Rome Dunze catches that touchdown. Anyways, so really, we've got 47 topics. And we got 40 minutes. What is your Super Bowl prediction now? Seattle Seahawks, your NFC West rivals.
Yep.
Or the New England Patriots starting a new dynasty with Drake May.
There's a part of me that thinks that we're about to see the Patriots 2.0, but I'm an NFC guy, Tone. I'm an NFC guy through and through. I believe 49 red, and I want to see the championship stay in the NFC. And because I want to see the championship stay in the NFC, I think Seattle is going to do it. I think that they handle New England. I don't think they smoke them. I think they handle them. I think we're looking at a 26-20 game, something like that.
26-20 isn't handling. That's a pretty good 26-20 would be a close, good game. I have one more question for you after I tell you my pick. So because you pick Seattle, even though I pick Seattle, I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go New England Patriots with Drake May, and a new dynasty is formed. Not only am I picking them to win this year, I got them winning 3 out of the next 5.
So we got them
3
rolling.
out of the next 5. We got 3. Mike Vrabel's going to be the new Bill Belichick.
If Mike Vrabel is the new Bill Belichick and Drake May is who you say he is, winning 3 Super Bowls in the next 5 years, we might have to move that statue over in New England with Tom Brady, and we got to put another one up there. We may have to do that. He's
going to put his arm right around
Brady,
right around the GOAT. And everyone in the AFC is going to forget all about Patrick Mahomes. And thankfully, we forgot about his brother.
Is that are they over in Kansas City, Tom?
I think
Patrick
Mahomes' career is going to mimic in certain ways Tom Brady's. A ton of success early, Super Bowls early. Now, I don't think it'll be this long. People forget Tom Brady and Bill Belichick had a 10-year drought.
10 years.
10 years. That's a long time.
Whole decade before they won it again.
Yeah, and then they won it again, and then went on to win a bunch more. I think you're going to see about 3 to 5 years, and that's why I'm saying this is going to be the Patriots era, and then it's going to be then replaced by Mahomes 2.0, so his second run, because they need to retool that team and figure out how can we get an offensive line, because he cannot run for his life all the time. They need to have a defense. Look at Tom Brady. Not every year, but the years that he won, there's really good defenses there. You have to have an above average defense in today's NFL.
And
so
they got to retool at the tight end spot too. They got to retool at the tight end spot and retool at the wide receiver, because I think Patrick Mahomes is a dying breed of pocket passes. He does want to run and he does want to scramble, but I also think that he wants to stand in that pocket like Brady did, and I think he wants to throw. You have to be able to do that if you're going to be a successful quarterback in the NFL today. You got to be able to do that.
So we're going to stick with the Patriots. So I got the Patriots, you got the Seahawks, and I got something that's extremely... How the hell is Bill Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
When I first saw this, Tone, I thought that I was in the Matrix. I was like, somebody, even though it was from Adam Schefter, right? Even though it was from Adam Schefter, the original, and Adam Schefter to me is Woj. That's who Adam Schefter is to me. Like if I don't hear it from Schefter, then I don't believe it, right? Just like if I didn't hear it from Woj, it wasn't official. So when I saw this, my first thought was it's an indictment on greatness. Tone, I know how you feel about the Hall of Fame. I do. I know how you feel about the Hall of Fame, and I know how you feel about players getting into the Hall of Fame. But if Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, nobody is. I don't care who you are. And I don't just mean in pro football, Tone. I'm talking about in every sport. If Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, when you think about running down the guy's resume, this is what I'm thinking about, Tone. I'm thinking about running down the guy's resume, and I'm thinking about that one thing on the resume that separates you from everybody else. Bill Belichick is the all-time winningest coach in NFL history. So we can start and stop the conversation right there. Stop.
Tony Dungy is a first ballot Hall of Famer, won one Super Bowl against my Bears, mind you, with Peyton Manning. Bill Cowher is a first ballot Hall of Famer, won one Super Bowl with Ben Roethlisberger. Not as good as Peyton Manning.
No.
I don't know that I'm going to butcher his name, but there's a guy, Don Garola, I don't know, something, who has a 3-6 record in the playoffs. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Unbelievable.
If Bill Belichick isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, nobody is.
Nobody.
I don't care the sport. Nobody.
Because he's the standard, Tone. And if you think
Could you
about
imagine Phil Jackson not making it first ballot Hall of Fame in the NBA?
That's the first.
People say, "Oh, Bill Belichick." Well, he had Tom Brady. Bill Jackson had Kobe, Kobe, Jordan, and Shaq.
Yes, he did. He didn't have some good players. He had the best rebounder of that era on his crew. He had one of the best marksmen of that era on his crew. So what? You need good players to win. That's part of being a great coach.
100%.
You need good players to win. And if this is about something personal, because from what I understand, Bill
Polian,
yes.
but he can't be the one. Does it have to be unanimous?
I don't know if it has to be unanimous, but I do think that there has to be an overwhelming vote.
If Bill Polian is petty because he's mad that he got stomped by them so many times, cool. Everybody else should have voted for him.
And what I'm trying to make sense of is what is the justification for it, right? Because let's be clear about one thing, Mr. Polian. Y'all was cheating too. Y'all just didn't get caught. Y'all might not have the idea of Deflategate and taping other guys' practices. Yes, they were just out. They were just blatantly doing stuff, right? I get that part. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not just going to diminish. I'm not just going to diminish everything that Bill Belichick did. Again, he's winning with Ty Law and not just Ty Law. Why am I drawing a blank on wide receiver's name? He had one wide receiver and one defensive guy as all pros the year that they won the
was it Wes Welker? Was it
no,
Danny
no.
Amendola? Was it Randy
this
Moss? That was the year they lost it with Randy Moss.
This was in 2000, the year that they beat the Rams in 2002. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name, but anyway, he had two all pros. One on off. He had one all pro on offense. Nope.
No?
But Tony Brown, that's him. Troy Brown.
Troy Brown. Oh, Troy
Yes,
Brown.
Troy Brown, that's him.
Oh, but didn't he make the Pro Bowl because of his returns?
Maybe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Maybe.
But anyways,
Yeah.
keep going.
So I got one All-Pro on offense, and I got one All-Pro on defense, and we're in the bowl game, right? And then we move forward to the next year where my defense is really what's stout, right? With Brewski and with Brewski and Rodney Harrison, my defense is what's stout. With that also being said, he still puts together the game plan. I mean, he was the one who came up with the idea of my front four. That was him who started that. He did that against my 49ers in 1990, in January 1991, when he was the defensive coordinator for the Giants. And they ended up beating us, right? So he was the one who came up with that idea of my front four is better than your front four. He also did it. He also did it against the Buffalo Bills. I think my front four better than your front four, right? So, I mean, he revolutionized the game as a coach on defense. He revolutionized the game on offense. And please remember, guys, when it comes to Bill Belichick, you know, you talk about him having Tom Brady. Just so you know, Tom Brady didn't make first team All-Pro until 2007.
But hold on,
year 7.
Was Bill Belichick also not the GM who drafted him in the 6th round?
By the way,
at pick 199. Like, so he also put those teams together, and he started something that I love. Trade him a year early versus a year late.
Which, by the way,
I love that.
I know how much you love that, because what Bill Belichick wanted to do, he just didn't have the nuts to do it yet. The year that Bledsoe got hurt, he wanted to start Brady. He thought Brady was the guy that year.
Oh yeah, Bledsoe getting hurt made it so much easier for him because he was going to do it anyways.
Yes, he thought Brady was the guy right there, but they ended up extending Bledsoe to all that money, and Brady was only in year 2, so he wasn't ready to pull the trigger yet. But he was doing it though. He 100% was doing it, and the fact that Bledsoe got hurt, that just made life a lot less difficult for Belichick, Coach Belichick, because he was like, I want to start him anyway. So once Brady got in the lineup and started playing good, he was like, I don't have to go back to Bledsoe. I'm good.
Yeah. And yes, Jaden, we absolutely not only watch basketball, but know basketball, ref basketball, coach basketball, and play basketball. But you're here watching us. Maybe you should go watch some basketball. All right. From one delusional thing, being Bill Belichick not being a first ballot Hall of Famer, to another delusional thing. I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this one. However, we've got 3. Just so you know, we've got 3 delusional things back to back to back. Just so you know.
Delusion. I'm a huge fan of delusion.
I know you do. Draymond Green, and maybe you'll disagree with this one, believes that Derrick Rose means more to the city of Chicago than Michael Jordan.
I actually do believe him. I agree with that, Tone. Yes, I do. I agree with that. Off the strength that
now maybe I took it wrong because I took it from a basketball perspective. Do you mean as that not what he meant?
No, that's not what he meant.
All right, then please explain why you agree. And then maybe it's not that delusional.
So again,
I took it as for basketball purposes because here's another dude that didn't deserve to have his number retired.
So again, with all due respect,
let's just retire everybody's number. I know.
He does. MJ doesn't mean
blank jerseys.
He doesn't mean more to the city of Chicago.
I'm AA, you're B1. Yeah, sure. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I know how you feel about retiring jerseys, but when we're talking about the city of Chicago, I'm not talking about Bulls basketball and what Bulls basketball did.
That's how I took it. That's how I took it.
I'm talking about Derrick Rose being one of us. That's what I'm talking about. Chicago. He literally grew up there, right? Born and raised, born and raised in Chicago. The youngest, drafted by the Chicago Bulls. He wasn't traded there. He didn't play somewhere else a year before he got there. He was drafted by the Chicago Bulls. Went to the Chicago Bulls. Was the youngest league MVP in league history at 22 years old, and he did that in Chicago. I think there's a difference. And again, what I would like to do from you guys out there in TikTok and you guys out there in the YouTube world. You Chicagoans, I think this is more of a question for you about what does Derrick Rose mean to the city of Chicago when you think about everything that he did for the Bulls? Because again, not just everything that he did for the Bulls, what he is to the city of Chicago. Because I'm not from Chicago, but with seeing what I've seen, I do understand when it's one of us, it means way more. That's not to say that Jordan didn't become a Chicagoan.
I think Jordan means more to Chicago Bulls basketball, but Derrick Rose means more to the city of Chicago. However, you're retiring his number for the Chicago Bulls basketball organization.
Sure.
With all due respect, yeah, he won an MVP, youngest ever. Cool. He didn't play enough. He didn't do enough to earn that. I'm sorry, he didn't.
Well,
is Steve Nash's number retired? He got 2 MVPs. Is his number retired?
I think so.
I don't think so. What about Karl Malone?
Malone has a statue outside the arena in
Does
Utah.
he have his number retired in Utah?
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Are you sure?
I am 100%.
You want to double check that?
We can, not only can we fact check that, and not only is his number retired, like I said, Tony, there's a statue of him in Stockton outside the arena.
There should be.
Yeah. So, I mean, again,
there should be, but like I'm just saying, having an MVP, I don't think Steve Nash is. Maybe that's the one that I was thinking. I don't think the one MVP gives you jersey retirement status. Like, listen, my head's gonna explode because in about 15 minutes, this is Kyle Lowry's last year. He's going to sign a 1-day contract to start next season with Toronto, and they're going to retire his number 7 in Toronto. And my head is going to literally.
Well, here's the thing, though, Tony. If you I want to stay on Derrick Rose, but if you think about what Derrick Rose meant, not just to the Chicago Bulls, it just means more when I'm here and I'm doing.
Let me challenge you. Let me challenge this for a second.
Sure.
You believe what years was Derrick Rose there? 2000.
He showed up in 08. He showed up in 08.
Yeah, 08 to what? 20.
He showed up in 15.
16?
Yes, sir.
15,
16.
So 2008 to. Do you think from 2008 to 2015, that 7-year stretch meant more to the city of Chicago than Jordan did from 85 until 98? Because let me tell you something about the city of Chicago. When Jordan got there as a rookie, the indoor soccer team in Chicago was playing out of old Chicago Stadium, and they were getting more fans than the Bulls.
Yep, absolutely.
Until he showed up. I don't know that I don't know that I'm buying it. The more that I think about it, I don't know that I'm buying it.
Now, remember what you just said, Tone. You said to the Bulls, to the city of Chicago. Now, do you remember how they got Derrick Rose? How they ended up getting Derrick Rose? They drafted him with the #1 overall pick, which means the Bulls was whack as hell. 100%. They were back to obscurity. Nobody wanted to play for the Chicago Bulls. Tracy McGrady said no. Kevin Garnett said no. They ended up getting a bunch of different guys. They ended up getting a bunch of different guys.
Why don't you go check their attendance?
Well, here's the difference.
It was still top of the league. You know
why? The reason why they were still top of the league is because what the Bulls were. It wasn't just because of Jordan. It was because of what the Bulls were. Yes, Jordan had a lot to do with that. I'm not going to argue that point.
A lot to do with it?
Yeah, I'm sure that Jordan had a lot to do with that.
Did they win one ring without him?
So did Scottie, right? So did Scottie Pippen have a lot to do with that. So did all of those dudes have a lot.
Of course, when you win a championship, but who? If you take him
Jordan was the catalyst to that. Yeah, Jordan was the catalyst to that. And I can say the same thing about Derrick Rose, because if you think about what was going on with that Bulls team,
but he didn't do anything.
But here's the thing, Tone. They won the Eastern Conference Championship in 2011.
Once.
He was 23 years old. They were on their way. So to your point, to take Michael Jordan off that crew, what would they have done? They probably wouldn't have done nearly as much. Well, that's actually what happened in Chicago.
Didn't they lose to the Cavaliers?
I'm sorry, the Cavaliers, who had the best player in the world on their group. Yes.
But if he's the MVP, got to retire his number, and they had a 62-win team, which you would assume was better, because who was the supporting cast? You want to compare? The Bulls had a better supporting cast.
So they ended up losing to Miami that year in 2011. But in 2015, they ended up losing to Cleveland with James, right? They ended up losing to Cleveland with James and with Kyrie Irving. Sure, no doubt about that. But rewinding my point.
So what did he actually do for Chicago as a Bull to get his number retired?
The fact that he's the youngest league MVP, the fact that he was an all-pro guard, the fact that I think he made the All-Star team like 3 or 4 times, the fact that he's from Chicago.
That gets your number retired?
Well,
then there's no numbers left. There's no numbers left.
That's not it, Tone. I think what you're missing, Tone, is all of the stuff that he did in addition to him being from Chicago. I think that's the most important part here. The fact that he's from Chicago, the fact that I understand your logic about being.
So Raptors draft me because I'm from Toronto. I win 1 MVP and then do nothing else. I get my number retired.
But you did do other things, though, Tone. Not only did you do other things, you were an all-star there, right? You took that team to the East Finals. You took that team deep into the playoffs. It's just a matter of you ended up getting hurt. Like you just said to me, Tone, about Jordan. If you take Jordan out of the lineup, do they win any championships? That actually happened with Derrick Rose. We took him out of the lineup because he got hurt. What happens if Derrick Rose actually plays? If Derrick Rose actually plays, this thing looks way better. And he still got his number retired.
I'm not retiring his number because of what could have happened. He was hurt. Awesome. It's not my fault. His body's weak and he couldn't handle the NBA. It's not my fault.
No, it's not. but even with me getting hurt, I still played at a high level. Now, I think that knee injury screwed him up mentally. I don't think he ever was. I don't think he was ever the same after that. But he still was one of the best league guards in the game during that time of the league guard era, with Russell Westbrook, with Steph Curry, with Kyrie Irving, with Rondo, with Damian Lillard, with all of these guys, Chris Paul, all of these guys running around. He still was amongst the best league guards in the game and winning league MVP.
Being one of the best shouldn't get your number retired. Speaking of the NBA, check out this week in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Here are our top performers. Luka, averaging 37.3 per game. I might need to make this bit. My eyes.
Nurkic averaging 12 assists a game. That can't be correct.
Let's try that again. There we go. Let's make that bigger.
Nurkic averaging 12 assists
12
a game
for the week. This is just this week in the NBA.
Huh. That's interesting. He should have been playing.
Giannis 13.5. I brought this up for a reason. No surprise, Victor Wembanyama 3 blocks per game, and Richard from the Golden State Warriors averaging 3.3 steals per game. So those are this week's leaders in the NBA.
Yeah,
I like to bring that up because we have another gentleman. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Your countryman.
My countryman.
Mm-hmm.
Is injured again.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say that this is that was his last game he ever played for the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Others say he's not going anywhere. Because I'm a conspiracy theorist, as you know, I believe with everything that I am, that Giannis isn't hurt.
They shelving him. Oh, this is a conspiracy.
I think he's shelving himself. I think he says, I'm hurt until you trade me.
They're shelving him. Is this an Anthony Davis situation in 2019? Is that what this is?
I think he is sitting himself down, and I'll be honest, I would not put it past him being a little bit of a baby, not gonna lie, and saying, I'm not playing again until you trade me.
I couldn't disagree with you more on this, Tone. I think this is some of the most ridiculous stuff that you've ever said. In fact, I think that watching Giannis, and this may be a hot take, but I don't think this is a hot take for me. I think this is the beginning of the end of him. I think that he's starting to break down. I think it's happening. Yes, I think he's starting to break down. Yes, at age 31 years old, I think I'm seeing the beginning of the end of Giannis. I think that I'm going to get with him, because this is a reoccurring injury, and it's been going on for the last almost 3 years now. This started 2 years ago. He missed the playoffs because of it. Now we're in year 3, and we're dealing with the same thing. And the reason why we're dealing with this is because who Giannis is in terms of his game. Giannis's game is predicated on flight and athleticism. Giannis's game is predicated on power and speed. And don't forget, Giannis, because he's only 31 years old, right? Because Giannis is 31 years old, you guys tend to think, well, he's young. Don't forget, he's been in the league for 13 years. Giannis didn't just show up like 6 or 7 years ago. He's been in the league for 13 years, and he's got a lot of miles on him. In the process of him having a lot of miles on him, he's getting beat up. And
I'm going to get to that cooler. Hold on.
And with him being beat up the way he is, and the fact that he runs as fast as he does, jumps as high as he does, I think that this is a lot of wear and tear on him, Tone. And I think that we're seeing the beginning of the end of Giannis. I think that him at this pace, considering what he is right now, I think that if he continues like this, because Giannis only knows how to play at one speed also. Giannis is just a go-hard guy. I think I'm probably going to get 3, maybe. I'll be surprised if I got 4 more years out of him like this. I'll be surprised.
Listen, I'm not going to argue that the fact that he needs to change his game as he gets older. Everybody does. You can't play with that same veracity that he plays with. That being said, I also know he's very emotional. Very emotional.
Oh, boy.
When he's happy, he looks fantastic. When he is sad, for lack of a better term, he looks horrible. Right? There's a reason they bring his brothers onto the team who can't play hoops. He needs to be happy. And I think this is more emotional. Just listen, all of us to a certain extent are like this. When we feel better, we play better. When we feel bad, we don't play as well for the most part. There's exceptions, but for the most part, I think that's where he is. I think, is he somewhat injured? Yeah. Could he play through it? Yeah. Does he want to? No. Team sucks. Management sucks. I ain't winning anything. I don't want to be here. They don't want me here. I don't think they even want him there is in his mind. Not saying that's true because they're not putting the pieces around me to win.
Yep.
I need a change of scenery.
Well,
I think you will see a different. I think you would see. Now, that doesn't mean you're not wrong about years 3 and 4. I think if you move Giannis to wherever, you're going to see Anthony Davis year 1 on the Lakers. Now, it might then happen year 2 and 3 where he starts to break down, but I think you're going to see year 1
like
MVP
AD, level
level Giannis because he will be so happy. Now, the problem is something will piss him off again, and then in year 2, and you're right, his body, all those other things still might happen.
Well,
so you might not be wrong about that, but I think he's so emotional that when he's high, he is so high that it doesn't even matter.
Well, let me take a page out of your book, Tony. Let me challenge you because you brought up the Anthony Davis point, which is a really good point. But the difference is didn't Anthony Davis ask out? Anthony Davis made it clear that he was not coming back. Anthony Davis told that organization.
Giannis, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, thank you, Jake. Jake Rottenberg agrees with me. If I was a betting man,
sure,
I would bet everything I had that Giannis, is telling management behind closed doors, like, I won't do it publicly, but I want help. And I think it's very much the Dame Lillard thing. Dame Lillard, if you recall, was saying, I want out behind closed doors. And they said to him, look, you're not doing it publicly. We ain't doing it because we're not going to be the team that trades away Damian Lillard. And he went, okay, fine. And then he went public and said, I want out. I think he's doing the same thing where he's like, I want to be respectful. I don't want to, quit on my team, but I want out. And they're not saying, well, unless you say publicly we're doing it. They're saying, okay, we're looking. And they're stringing him along.
And I could get with that logic, Tone, if the fact wasn't that Damian Lillard was basically getting ran out of Portland. It was everybody that was saying that. On top of that, when Kyrie Irving, who didn't even know he was getting shopped, the word got out that he was getting shopped. There is 100% a leak in Milwaukee if Giannis is behind closed doors telling those guys, I really want out. But
did you know Dallas was shopping Luka?
But here's the difference.
There's ways to keep it quiet.
Yeah, here's the difference with that, though, Tone. That stayed between both Nico Harrison and the GM. It didn't go. It didn't leave the room.
And I bet you it's between whoever the GM of the Knicks is. Should be me.
Time believing that one, Tone.
And the Bucks.
Man.
That's it. Because you think it's coincidence that the Knicks go on a losing streak and all of a sudden, Cat's on the market? You think
Milwaukee has already said. I don't think it's a coincidence because I don't believe in coincidences. But Milwaukee has already said that they're not interested in Cat. They're not,
because you know what's going to happen. They're going to get a third team involved.
Oh boy,
it's your favorite thing. They're going to get a third team involved.
They're going to move off of him and get somebody else involved.
Cat's going to go somewhere else. Some young players are going to go to Milwaukee because that's what Milwaukee needs. And Giannis goes to the Knicks. Now you're going to have that same team without Cat, and you put in Giannis. I guarantee you he's going to be in a good mood. He's going to be in a great mood. Playing with a defender like Bridges and OG, playing with a scorer like Brunson, all the things he needs to be successful. That's exactly what he needs. He doesn't have to worry about scoring late. He doesn't have to worry about scoring late in games. That's Brunson, right? That's what they said he needed. He doesn't have to worry about. He doesn't have to worry about the entire defensive load because he's got Bridges, he's got OG, and occasionally when he's healthy, he's got Mitch Robinson. Like he's got everything he needs. That we're like, that's the team that Giannis needs to be successful. The Knicks have it.
Okay, first and foremost, remember who we're talking about here, Tone. We're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. We don't have any first-round draft picks until like 31. We need our first-round draft picks. With us getting our first-round draft picks, we're not getting them from the Knicks because they gave them all.
They gave them all to get Bridges.
Yeah, they gave them all to Brooklyn, so that's not going to work, right? So with them giving them all to Brooklyn, who's going to give us what's third team?
Have you ever seen the movie Draft Day?
I have seen the movie Draft Day. Yes.
Kevin Costner gives all of his first round picks for the rest of his life to the Seattle Seahawks, and then comes back around and gets them all back.
Yeah, give me my picks back.
Don't be surprised if Cat isn't in Brooklyn. All those picks are back, and they go to Milwaukee, and Giannis. Like it's a match made in heaven for all of them. It's a match made in heaven for all of them.
Yes, sir. Give me my picks back. Oh man,
there you go. Perfect. Yeah. Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and New York. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'm going to ask you a very difficult question.
Yes, sir.
You have to choose, or maybe it's not that difficult question. I don't know. You have to choose between Colin Cowherd. Actually, you get to pick 3 of them: Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock, Cam Newton, Skip Bayless, Dave Portnoy. Who is it? Jamel Hill, Ryan Clark. I'm missing one because I can't read it because the screen's too small. Let me make it bigger. Oh, there we go. Joy Taylor and Mina Kimes. You have to mute 3 of their mics.
Yep.
Forever.
Yep. So
who you getting rid of?
I want to start with who I'm keeping. So Jamel stays, Ryan Clark stays. Mina
that's
stays.
Because you guys hung out together. Now you all besties.
Love her. She's awesome. I love Jamel Hill. She's awesome.
Jamel Hill, it's time for you to come back on the show too, by the way.
She stays. Ryan Clark stays. I love Mina Kimes. I I think she's a guru when it comes to football. I think she's great.
Ryan Clark, by the way, friend of the shows. We text quite often, or we used to. We haven't actually in a while. Said he will only do the show for all live together. That's his one caveat. I'm like, dude. Yeah. He's like, I'm not doing it.
Absolutely.
Keep going.
So that bottom row, Jamel Hill, Ryan Clark.
Yeah, that bottom row stays. 100%.
They stays. Now, the 3 microphones that I'm muting, I'm gonna start by saying Skip Bayless. I'm good on Skip. Skip is over. I'm straight on Skip.
I agree. Skip should be one. Yes.
I've heard enough from Skip, and I think that Skip had his time. I think that we've seen the best of Skip Bayless, and we've also seen the worst of him. So I'm good on Skip Bayless. I am not, and I'm going to stand on this. And yes, I'm going to say this with my microphone on. I'm so cool on Jason Whitlock. I'm good on Jason Whitlock. I have no interest in listening to a word he has to say whatsoever.
Oh, I thought you said you're good with him. I was going to be like, what?
I'm straight on Jason Whitlock. I am not interested in a word that Jason Whitlock has to say.
Hold on. Jason Whitlock and Joy Taylor, chocolate and peanut butter. That would be the best show ever.
I think
call it chocolate and peanut butter.
The difference with Joy,
say she's got that peanut butter skin. Call the show chocolate and peanut butter. Jason Whitlock and Joy Taylor.
Not peanut butter and chocolate, but chocolate and peanut butter.
I would pay to watch that show
because there's more chocolate than peanut butter. I can definitely get.
There's a lot more chocolate.
Yes, there's more chocolate than peanut butter. With that being said, I'm good on Jason Whitlock. No, I'm not interested in anything that he has to say. Joy. I think that Joy is. I'm good with Joy off the strength that Joy can be a host, and I think that's where she was in her best space. She was a host. Now the third one is
you got Jason Whitlock and Skip Bayless. Yep. For those of you on TikTok, because you can't see the graphic, I just want to read Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock, Cam Newton, Skip Bayless, Dave Portnoy, Joy Taylor, Jamel Hill, Ryan Clark, and Mina Kimes. You have to pick 3 to go away. That's what we're doing. So sorry, keep going. So far, Skip Bayless and Jason Whitlock are gone.
And Jason Whitlock. I like Colin Cowherd, right? I actually like Colin Cowherd. I dig Nick Wright because Nick Wright, people call him Nick wrong. Nick Wright actually has some really good logic when it comes to it. Kendrick Perkins could be
not when it comes to LeBron. Everything else, I agree with you. When it comes to LeBron, he's delusional. He is Skip Bayless when it comes to LeBron. Every other topic, I agree. He speaks
like football, normally, all of that stuff. When it comes to
loses
James,
all sense when he talks.
It could be a little bit tricky. Kendrick Perkins, he's got some basketball insight. He could be a little dizzy sometimes, but he gives me some logic. I've always been a fan of Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith has been on TV, so we keeping him. I don't know who David Portnoy is, so because I don't know who you are, you out.
He's the barstool guy who retired for a while, who goes around trying pizzas and trying to incorporate sex for some reason into sports.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on Dave Portnoy. I don't know who he is, so I'm out. So
okay,
Turn off
you're-
Skip's mic, turn off Dave's mic, and turn off Jason Whitlock's mic.
Jason
Get them all
okay.
out here.
So you started at the bottom. I'm going to start from the top.
Yep.
Colin Cowherd, I have no idea how he has a show. I've never seen anyone be more wrong on so many takes. If you recall, let me give you some of his best takes. No, I'll give you my favorite one. Hey, LeBron, we're good. We're good. You can retire. We got Ben Simmons.
He did say that. Yes,
okay.
he did.
For that alone, out. Nick Wright, and unless he promises to never talk LeBron James on air, he can stay. If not, he's out. Kendrick Perkins, bye-bye. Can't stand him. I don't think he has I think he just talks and then thinks. Stephen A. Smith had a run, but now just it's yelling, it's screaming, it's like contradiction of his own things. I'm done with Stephen A. I think he's long in the tooth. Give that $100 million. You can split it up about 10 people. Give 10 people $10 million each. They'll be super happy. Starting right here with us. I think he's out. Jason Whitlock, I agree with you 100%. Unless he does Big Chocolate and Peanut Butter podcast with Joy Taylor. Unless he does that, I'm with you too. He's insane. He's out. Cam Newton.
I think Cam Newton gives really good insight on football. I do.
I think he does too, but I think he's more concerned with his hats and his hair. And his outfit.
If you could get past Tony, if you could get past how he looks.
If you actually listen to him talk,
that's what I'm talking about.
Here's an MVP quarterback. He knows what he's talking about. I'm good with him. Listen, I think he is knowledgeable, up there with we pay. He should be making Tony Romo money to talk football because I think he's at that level.
No, he does. He knows. He
does.
The game.
He does.
Yes,
So I would say Cam. I'm good with Cam. Skip Bayless. Yeah, about 10 years ago, they should have snipped the cord on his microphone, and just let him ride off into the sunset. Portnoy, I've already said how I feel about him. He's go eat some pizza and leave us alone. He retired, I think, for a while. It was actually pretty good, but Barstool took out. When he was gone, he came back and back up again. So there's obviously a market. Joy Taylor.
Tone, is Joy more of a is she more of a tabloid reporter, or is she more of a sports? Is she more of a sports personality? Because those two things aren't the same.
I don't want to judge her based on what I'm about to say, but with all the stuff going on behind the scenes that you hear, right between, she only got the job because of her brother Jason, Miami Taylor defensive end, by the way. Yeah. And she slept with this, that, and that. There's just a lot of baggage that comes with her. I don't know that she's had good takes, bad takes, whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like there's a place for her. Is it in sports? I don't know, and we're specifically talking about sports, so I'm indifferent with her. Like I said, I think Big Chocolate and Peanut Butter would be a great show, though. So I'm going to say it one more time. Jamel Hill, you already know how I feel about Jamel Hill. I think she's phenomenal. She's been on the show. We're going to have her back on again.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark, again. I think Ryan Clark gives you a perspective on football, having played for so long, especially a defensive guy. Listen, not everybody likes, people sometimes when they step out of what you hear them talking about, people just, I don't like him talking about race and this and that. Same with Jamel Hill. Just talk sports. No, I think their opinion is valuable, and their perspective valuable. So I'm okay with that bottom row. And I would say of the bunch, I would put Mina first.
She's my favorite, Tom.
Of the bunch, she's the one that
she's my favorite. Yeah. I love Mina
100%.
Kimes. Yes, I do. Mina Kimes is the chick that you can actually sit down and have a beer and a burger with and talk sports. But you know who else she is, Tone? Dare her to do it. She'll run from one end of the hotel naked. She'll do it. She will 100% do that. Won't. Yes, she will. You get her if she's down with you, get her on the 11th floor and y'all really like that. Dare her to do it. She'll run from one end of the hallway to the other with no clothes on. She'll do it.
Well, let's see if we can get her on the show.
Will do it. She'll do it.
All right. So those there you have it. We're running tight on time, so let's. All right, I want to talk about this one because this one's good too. So, if this is real, it's from Nick. I don't know. Sorry, this is a LeBron James quote, I believe. And it says, I want fans to understand that playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. The way we play, the level of pace, the speed that we are playing at, it's a different game now.
You buy that, Tom?
I think that's the stupidest thing he's ever said.
I just don't. The reason why I don't buy it is because what you're trying to sell me, James, is you're trying to sell me that every last one of you guys is playing at this pace every play. No, you're not. You are not.
No, ignore that, because with the exception of 95 to 2005,
Sure.
where the pace dropped to like 90
Yep.
possessions, the current pace is slower than even the early 90s and definitely the 80s. The other thing is with the pace, in the 80s and early 90s, the pace was baseline to baseline.
Yeah.
Because you were running up and down the court, getting the ball typically to a big, because they weren't shooting threes. Don't forget, in the early 80s, they were shooting 5 threes a game.
Yep.
In today's faster pace, what is the biggest thing we complain about? I love it because I would love to play this way. But what do we complain about? They run from three-point line to three-point line. It's one pass, 3.
Mhm.
Rebound the other way, 3. One pass the other way, 3. 3, 3.
Yep.
So they're going from three-point line to three-point line. Three-point line to three-point line. So the pace is not as fast as the 80s and early 90s.
Right.
It's not as physical. Not to say it's not physical. It is physical, but it's not
Sure.
as physical as the 80s and early 90s. They run from three-point line to three-point line. That's a fact because they shoot almost 40 a game. 40. That's almost half of their entire field goal attempts.
That's nuts.
So they're not. So they're running a shorter distance, and they're not doing it as often. So to say that just lacks so much understanding of the game of basketball, which surprises me because he knows the game of basketball.
Sure.
And you know what the hell kind of shoes they were wearing in the 70s and 80s?
Chuck Taylors.
Taylors.
Yeah, Chuck.
They
They
didn't
had
have
Chuck
good
Taylors.
shoes.
And in
So
the
that
80s.
was it was way more. It was way more like if back then they were playing 70 games and missing 12 on average, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. With those damn shoes running up and down the court like that, I get it.
The phonetic
There's no
pace.
excuse now. There's no excuse now.
I don't think so neither, Tom. I mean, the phonetic pace that we talk about. I mean, we're still dealing in a game where, as fast as you guys are playing, to your point, you only run into the long ball line. Like you don't got guys.
Let's be honest.
You don't have guys. It's not like even with the Indiana Pacers, as fast as the Indiana Pacers played last year when they went to the NBA championship. Pascal Siakam, one of the better transition players in the game. They had a bunch of go-get-it guys, one-on-one guys, but they also had a lot of guys that stopped at the long ball line, right? They also had a lot of guys who shot a lot of jump shots. With that being said, I am thinking about playing at that pace and playing at that level every play. That's not going on. There's plenty of plays where I see you dudes chilling. There's plenty of plays where I see you guys.
I would say that that's true. I would say that that's true for every era. I would say that that's true for every area. Okay.
Right. But yeah. I think what I'm getting at is you're telling me that the pace that you're playing at and how hard you guys are playing, you doing that all night long. You're not.
Just like
they wasn't doing that all night long. There was times when Jabbar didn't run back. There's times when Shaq didn't run back on defense. That happens. 100% that happens. With that being said, considering what technology is today and the fact that you guys do take plays off tone, I was in Miami earlier this month to go see Miami play Minnesota. Anthony Edwards is chilling off the basketball, Tone. He is not doing anything. Like you told me about.
That is another thing. You need to go watch games live and pick a player and watch them and see how many plays they take off.
You literally told me, Tone, about you in the arena watching Joker. What is Joker doing when he ain't got the ball? He chilling. Not a lot going on when he doesn't have the ball. Same logic when I'm watching Anthony Edwards. He was chilling off the ball a lot of times.
So this is we got to agree. So TikTok, we're going to go a little late today, if that's okay. A little late today. TikTok, I want to tell you about a new show tomorrow. It won't be on TikTok. It's only on Chilltown Hoops and Sports Fluent YouTube. It's called Fluent versus Chill versus everybody. It's going to be me and Chill. There are 3 judges. The judges, this is what's cool about this. The judges are going to throw out a topic, and they're going to tell us which side of that debate we need to make our case for. We don't know what the topic is or what we're going to have to talk about until the judges tell us, and then the 3 judges will pick who wins. What makes it even more interesting is the judges can either tag themselves in, so they can say, Fluent, I'm sick of hearing you talk about this. Chill, you're out, I'm in. I'm going to debate Fluent on this, or I'm going to debate Chill on that.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, if he or I just don't want to have that debate anymore, or we think it's going to be funny, we can tag in one of the judges and make them do it. as the weeks go on, we already have, I'll tell you right now, I already know 5, but celebrity guests, debaters who will come on and replace us as debaters. And what makes it even better is you guys. If you guys come on and you guys say, hey, I want to debate Fluent or Chill or one of the judges on a topic, you can come up and do that too. It's going to be a pretty cool show. So that's coming up tomorrow. It's going to be Wednesdays at 8:30 on Sports Fluent and Chilltown Hoops YouTube. I open it up to TikTok. If you have any question, here is your opportunity. While we discuss this next topic, send your questions in and we'll get to them before we say goodbye to the TikTok land and focus on our YouTubers.
One more.
I'm going to stay with LeBron because we both disagreed with his take here, and I think we might agree on this one. So a report came out from Shams, who I will say is a sham. I don't believe a damn thing he says. Bring Woj back. I know this is very old, but hashtag bring Woj back. So apparently, according to Sham, that's what his name is, Jeannie Buss began to turn on LeBron James a year ago. She grumbled about James' outsized ego. Like that was a surprise. That he felt clutch, exerted too much control. Didn't like how LeBron was considered a savior, but he was. Lack of accountability over the Westbrook trade. I don't think there was lack of accountability. Privately mused about not getting him a contract extension or trading him. Felt LeBron was not grateful to the Lakers drafting Bronny and begrudgingly gave him a contract extension. I don't believe any of that is true because one, the first 4 or 5, anybody with half a brain knows that's going to happen. You know he has a huge ego. He deserves it. You know Clutch is going to get too involved. That's who they are. Like, you know he's not going to take responsibility for the Westbrook thing because he's not the GM. He could say all he wants. I want this player. At the end of the day, Rob Pelinka makes the call. So do you disagree? Do you think any of that
ladies
is
and gentlemen
true?
at home, as you know, me and Tone, we're up here every Tuesday night and we give you what we give you. And just so you know, Tone and I are friends. Like, this is my man, right? Tone and I've met his family. I'm real cool with Tone. Imagine finding out that Tone actually hates me. Like, with all of this stuff going on, I met his family. I'm real cool with him. I met his kids, only to find out that Tone can't stand me. He's telling everybody, "Yo, Chill sucks. I can't stand working with this guy. He doesn't know what
boring.
he doesn't know what he's talking about. No personality. He doesn't know what he's." I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like, where did all of this come from? How come? And the majority of this stuff, the majority of this stuff, you are in control of. You didn't have to give him another contract. You did not have to give him another contract. You did not have to re-sign him. That's number one. You did not have to draft his son. You didn't have to do that.
No.
That was not him going.
In fact, if you wanted to get rid of the oversized ego and the control that Clutch had, and if all of these things were issues, don't sign Westbrook or get Westbrook, don't draft his son, and don't give him a contract extension. And now you've laid down the law. We're the bosses.
And if you don't like it, there's the door. And all of this stuff that you're telling us about lack of accountability over the Westbrook trade, which you, by the way, traded for him. He just suggested it. You didn't have to do that. That's like me saying, Tone, that's like you saying, let's see here. Tony Jr., yo, you the reason why we're behind $500 this month because I bought you this, even though I didn't have to buy you this. I could have said no. You made me buy you this. Okay, he didn't make you do anything, Tone.
Yeah, ridiculous.
He didn't make you do anything. You could have said no. You could have very well said no. So all of this stuff that I'm seeing here is your doing. Every last bit of it. This is incredible, man. Give me a break. Oh, just say that you're out of the James business, Tone. How about that? Just say at the end of this contract,
listen,
we are out of the James business.
You got Luka. You got your future superstar. Trade him. You tell me there's not a team out there that would trade for LeBron.
He's got a no trade clause in his contract.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a huge mistake too. I don't think he probably earned it if anybody did.
Yes, he is.
Do you have any TikTok questions?
I don't.
Okay,
have any
so
TikTok questions.
we can go through one more topic, and then
Mm-hmm.
because once I give the link on YouTube, we say goodbye to TikTok. So TikTok, we're gonna give you a couple
Mm-hmm.
more minutes because I like you guys, and you're giving me lots of hearts and love, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Just so you guys know on
Oh,
TikTok,
did
I
I
don't
just
know
do
what you
that?
guys.
Did I just do that on here?
Yes, you did. Yes, you
That's
did. Just
fire.
do that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Just so you guys,
Yeah.
just so you guys know on TikTok. Enough with the Shannon Sharp stuff. Okay, I do not look like Shannon Sharp. I'm better looking than Shannon Sharp. So chill out with the Shannon Sharp stuff. All right.
You talk better than Shannon Sharp.
Right. So let's chill out with the Shannon Sharp stuff. I'm good.
I probably about as jacked as Shannon Sharp. You're getting Shannon Sharp, Aaron Glenn,
I don't know what the hell
and
that
James
is.
Posey a lot lately.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. All right. The Toronto Raptors, are they frauds?
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
They're 10 games above 500.
Mhm.
They haven't had any significant injuries.
Mhm.
They're 29-19.
I think number 3 in the East, and number 3 or number 4 in the East.
Number 3, yeah, just behind
Either-
Detroit and Boston.
And the
Let
Knicks.
me pat myself on the back.
Number 3.
Let me pat myself on the back because who's the
Mhm.
one who told you Boston was going to be good? Thank you very
You
much.
did say that. Yes, you did say that. Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes, you
I
did.
went down the list and I was like, okay, I was wrong. I was right about Detroit. I was right about Boston. I was wrong about. Sorry, let me start over because I don't know what I said. I was right about Detroit. I was right about Boston. I was wrong about Toronto. And then I was right about everybody else. And then I was wrong about Milwaukee.
Mhm.
If you replaced Milwaukee and Toronto, I would have had a perfect East. In the West, I want to say I did even better about who I was right and wrong with. But let's stick here for a second.
Mhm.
So you think they're frauds? I want to agree with you, but tell me why first.
Well, if we're talking about winning the NBA championship,
And we're talking about the Raptors for you TikTok guys. We're talking about the Raptors.
So if we're talking about winning the NBA championship, yes, they are frauds. So they have an issue at the lead guard spot with Quigley, who isn't the. I think he's
why
been,
everyone hates Quigley.
I don't hate him, Tone. No. I don't hate him. And I actually had a conversation earlier today. Tone, am I crazy if I think that Quigley, Maxey is what?
Quickly.
What am I saying? Quickly, right?
It sounds like you're saying Quigley.
Quickly. I'm sorry. So am I ridiculous if I think Tyrese Maxey is who Quigley should have been? Because that's why that's who he reminds me of in terms of the athleticism, him getting downhill, him being able to shoot the basketball. And when I watch Maxey, I'm like, that's how good you should have been. It's almost like watching Russell for the Seattle Seahawks and then going, Mike Vick, that's who you were supposed to be. That's what was supposed to be the story with you.
Do you think Quigley is as talented as Tyrese Maxey? Because I always saw Quigley as, when they made the trade, I was like, that guy's going to be a phenomenal sixth man.
I do think
he's going to come off the bench and be instant buckets. I never saw him as the starting lead guard.
I do think that he is as talented. I think that the athleticism, I don't think that it's that far off. But I think you got a point guard issue because he isn't the distributor that I'd like for him to be. He doesn't take care of the basketball as well as I'd like for him to do consistently. On top of that, you have a gaping hole at the center spot. I mean, you don't get anything at your 5 position. And I think that once you get in the playoffs, I think that's going to be the biggest problem that you're going to have. Because I got Scotty Barnes playing at the 5. And this small ball lineup that they go to, where they go Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Shed, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Mamu Killisvili, Shed, and I'm thinking about one more guy.
Probably, right?
Yeah, Brandon Ingram. That's what I'm thinking about. The problem with that lineup, Tone, is that I got big guys who do what your small guys do. So the small ball lineup doesn't work. So I got big guys. I got 6'10" guys that do what your 6'5" guy does. I got 6'11" guys. I got 6'9" guys that do what your small ball guys do. So with that being said, right? With that being said, I think that they still are a lead guard away and a 5-man away from really challenging in the Eastern Conference to be a legit championship contender. So as far as them winning it, I do think that they're frauds, but I do think that they're a legit playoff team. Yes.
So the reason I had them pegged as a 500 team, and I made a bet with one of your co-hosts there, and so I'm probably gonna have to buy some pizza unless they go on a 10-game losing streak, which is completely possible. Is because I was betting on what I've seen, because people show you who you are, and you always use Maya Angelou's quote, right? When people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
And I knew Scotty Barnes was going to miss 30 games, and BI was going to miss 40 games, and that's when they would lose their games.
Mm-hmm.
Miraculously, they have been very healthy this year, even
Yes,
with a hole at the, as far as a distributor, a facilitator, I don't know, big man, a hole at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
They've been really good, and they've, like, that game against OKC, I'm starting to believe that maybe this team just is actually good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I keep thinking here's where they're gonna go on that losing. Well, they went to the West Coast. I'm like, and they lose the first game, and I'm like, I think the Lakers. Yeah, I think they lose to they get blown out by the Lakers, and then they're playing Golden State. Granted, Jimmy Butler got hurt, but I'm like, okay, now the run's gonna start. But then they beat the Warriors. I thought they'd beat the Kings, but they beat the Kings. They beat OKC, and you're like, oh, maybe this team is for real.
Mm-hmm.
Are they a playoff team? I don't know. What I always thought they were missing, and what they had the one year they won the championship with Kawhi was, 1 minute left on the clock, you need a bucket, just give the ball to him, and he was going to score. They do have that with BI. Say what you want about him. They do have that with him. I think if they could make a trade for Sabonis, because apparently the Anthony Davis thing is done.
Yeah.
The John Morant thing is done. Sabonis might be that missing piece that might be their Marc Gasol.
I think they hand them over too, Tone. I do.
I think so too. I think Sacramento would.
I think they'd hand him right over. What you want for him? I think that they're having a fire sale in Sacramento. I would not be surprised, Tone, if that happened. Not at all.
So I actually think Toronto. I think they're going to be hosting a playoff series. They're going to be hosting a playoff series. You think they're frauds, but just as quickly as they could host a playoff series, BI could get hurt and they could go on a 10-game losing streak. So it's just like that. And I would love to see it, because then your boy will have to wear a Now I'm More Fluent t-shirt on the show. I'm dropping off of TikTok. Are you sticking on TikTok?
I am dropping off of TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, you know where to find us at. This is where we are every Tuesday night. Me and my man, Tony Tone. You know where to find us. Put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Amen. Call your mother. When last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. We will see you guys soon. But until then, take it light. Take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys tonight.
Peace.
Dope. No
Tomorrow, 8:30. Come check us out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to turn this damn thing off. Speaking of putting on a suit, and for those of you waiting, we have a 1 30-second segment left, and then we're going to bring you up on stage to speak your piece.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to show you something that I found very interesting. I'm obsessed with AI.
Yep.
And I asked AI to create something for me, and they did a pretty good job, I think, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. And I want your opinion on it. I'm not going to pull it up on. I'm not going to pull it up on screen here. I'm just going to show you my phone for a second, because I was not prepared to do this, because I forgot. Just to be honest, I completely forgot about it. But I think it's funny, and I want to show it to you. So this is what. Here we go.
On a suit, drink water, and call your mother. When was the last time you called your mother?
What the heck? Oh my God.
On a suit, drink water, and call your mother. When was the last time you called your mother?
How much water are you drinking, my guy?
I'm saying, damn, Tom.
I completely forgot. So I had to do the same thing. So I did. It means nothing. It means nothing. Now you're more fluent. Yep. So I did my taglines, and then I did your taglines, and I said, do it as a cartoon, and did it. And of the bunch, that was by far the funniest one. So I was like, I gotta show that to you, because it was so good. All right, we're gonna go delusional. This will take 30 seconds. I like delusional things. So we're going to finish off with delusional, and then we got 2 people waiting. I'll send the link again in the chat in case anybody else wants to. There was a question that I wanted to answer as well. So there's the link in the chat one more time. Here is this week's most delusional.
These NBA and WNBA players as well.
To clear this up, I don't care who it is. I'm with me. Against anybody, yes. I don't care. Me. Anybody. Yes. 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 With Wemby gonna be hard, but yes. Same thing I said with Ant, 11-10. I don't care. It's me. I don't care. Any hooper knows. Any hooper that's a hooper, I'm picking me over anybody.
So just to be clear,
of delusion that you have
she already said she's beaten Ant. She's already beaten Anthony Edwards 11-10. She's also beating LeBron, Wemby, Asia, Caitlin Clark, As Steph, she's beating them all 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm. You have to have a level of delusion in order to be awesome. You have to. That's just part of being awesome. You have to be delusional. That's what makes these people awesome. And she's got it. And I think that's dope about her. No doubt.
You love that about her. All right. Well, if you love that about her, okay.
You have to have that.
So we are going from delusion to maybe not delusional because, listen, Jay, just so you know, Jay is the first time I think he's coming on camera. He's got his Patriots jersey on. He's ready to go. He's ready to go.
Bill, this guy's going to be the Super Bowl winner. You see this guy? Starting
Drake, May.
Right here.
Let me ask you a question since you're I know you're a Patriots guy, so I'm going to ask you this question. Drake May wins the MVP and Super Bowl MVP. What does that mean for him as a quarterback and you as a Patriots fan?
For me as a Pats fan, it just confirms that the Patriots really are an upper echelon organization because no one had us doing this year. No one. It's like Fluent. It's like Chill said literally a while back. No one had us winning this. Now, for May specifically as a quarterback, I think it'll be great for his career. I think he basically just solidified that he's the franchise guy. He's a superstar. He's the guy for the New England Patriots. Now, I need to see a couple more seasons of this for me to like substantively say that he is a top 5 quarterback. I can't go and say he's the best QB in the NFL right now, unfortunately. So I need another 2 to 3 years of this.
Unlike Cowboy fans, like if the Cowboys wanted, like
yeah.
Dak is the best quarterback in the league.
What if he goes to the Super Bowl and loses, and he's just the next Joe Flacco?
Sheesh. Well, I mean, then I guess he's Joe Flacco. Then I guess we need to get him a generational defense then, right? Because, I mean, if Joe can win it with a generational defense, then May can as well, right? I don't think that'll be the case. I think
I don't think so.
Like, he's displaying a lot more ability, especially as a passer. I want to ask you guys, though, what's the conversation with May if he does win MVP and Super Bowl MVP? What's the conversation?
Nothing. I mean, it's not any different than what was going on with Jalen Hurts. No different than what's going on.
No, I think don't you think that bumped Jalen Hurts into top 10 current quarterback status?
There's people who said that Jalen Hurts was whack. Like he's not even a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, but we're talking about actual people.
Here's the checker for Chill. Did you think that Daniels in his rookie season was a top 10 QB given everything he did for that organization? Top 10.
Top 10 quarterback?
Yeah.
Who?
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
No, I didn't think he was a top 10
I don't know why I thought you were saying Dan.
I
thought you were talking about your guy Danny Dimes.
Jaden Daniels, he took that Washington team to the NFC Championship. I did not think he was a top 10 quarterback. No, I did not think he was that good.
Can you give me 10 quarterbacks better than him, Chill?
At that point,
let's be clear. He might have had a top 10 season.
Those two things are not the same thing.
Yeah, that doesn't make you a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, those
you got to do it multiple times. Yeah, you got to do it multiple
times. Not the same thing. No.
Did you think that he was a top 10 QB just for that year?
No, I don't. Even if you think about how good he played and you think about how good that Washington defense was, and I mean, I can't sit here and definitively say that he was a top 10 quarterback. No, I'm not doing that.
Have we seen that before? A QB show up in year 1 and be top 10?
Yeah, Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck?
A bunch of quarterbacks showed up first. I don't think Andrew Luck was that good in year 1. No, I don't.
think so.
No,
I know a bunch of guys that weren't. Troy Aikman, Manning. They were not.
So
11 touchdowns. So 14 touchdowns.
In Navy Blue, Chill, winning this Super Bowl. Why? Come on, we have the narrative, Chill. Like, it's just a repeat of what happened last time. No one had the.
I'm just an NFC guy. That has a lot to do with it. I'm an NFC guy, so I can't bet against the NFC because that's why I want the trophy to be. I want the trophy to be in the NFC, even though it would be a great story.
I don't know how you do. I don't know how you root. Like, I can never see myself rooting for Detroit, Minnesota, or Green Bay in a Super Bowl.
The reason why, Tony, is because it just looks better on my resume when I lose to the champion. That's why. If we lost to the champs, then I mean,
really, I'd rather them lose and say it should have been us because we would have beat them.
Nah, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that was true, but you know, I'm thinking about what's going on in New England. 90% of people, it's probably like one or two guys who, you know, that guy that does the NCAA tournament bracket and picks the whole thing right. That one guy, it's that one guy that had the Patriots going to the bowl game. The other 99 didn't have the Patriots making the playoffs this year. Forget going to the bowl game. They ain't have them making the playoffs. So the idea that, yo, you see my boys and you see what we doing this year, 90% of people was like, nah, we ain't making the playoffs, but we're gonna improve. So you're basically ahead of schedule. You're 100% ahead of schedule right now. So
I knew this guy right here was going to be that guy. I didn't
know that Drake May was that good.
That draft. Let's make that clear. I absolutely believed in my heart this guy right here was the best QB of that draft.
Before we let you go, I want to ask you a question. Maybe you can explain it to us because we don't get it. What's up with the Drake May?
To be honest with you guys, I don't even know either. And I'm a Pats guy. I have no idea. That nickname came out of literally nowhere. I had no idea. I think
it is true though, right? I'm not misinforming anybody. That is his nickname is Drake May, and his name is Drake May, and they call him Drake May.
Listen, his own teammates don't even know what's up with that. Tayshaun Boutte doesn't even know. He asked in mid-game, was like, does anyone know what that's about? No one could explain it to him. If the players themselves don't know, I ain't got
nobody knows. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, we got 6 minutes. All right.
Back right here after New England goes and wins another Super Bowl, and we officially have the most Super Bowls in NFL history. Fluent. Sorry that your Bears couldn't make it. Sorry that your 49ers got stomped. Chill. You can always try next year, right?
Yes, sir. We always got next year. So, all right, brother.
Most Super Bowls, not most NFL championships. See ya. Go Pats.
Later.
Quickly, like very quickly, Joe and Leaf, I promise this is going to be quick. What is Fluent's benchmark for retirement? This is retiring numbers, 10 years with a franchise or a championship? Nothing. That's my benchmark. Don't retire numbers. That's my zero. Don't retire. You want to have a ring of fame and put their number up there and say, hey, they did this, they did that. Go nuts. Do however many you want. Whose number should be retired? Nobody's. That's my answer, and it will forever be my answer. All right, Joe had a Boston Celtics hat that he was trying to show us. I don't know if he's gonna put his camera on or not, but either way, Joe, what up?
What up?
Yo, I didn't actually know you could see me while I was waiting. I was actually trying to figure out a way to turn my camera on.
Yeah, we can see you while you're. That's how I know whether we can see. You don't know this, Joe, because I don't know if you were watching the show when we first started, but year one. Episode 3, someone came up. We had an issue. I didn't pre-screen them.
Yeah,
and they showed a lot more than they needed to, and we almost got banned forever. So now, yes, we make sure that I can see when someone does turn on the camera. I can see, and I have it. Oh, even though I know you, I have the button on the remove. So just in case, bang.
Yeah.
Like if you were to say just like boom, maybe. You're done, just like that.
Yeah, just like
that quick. That quick. Yeah, that quick. I'd get rid of you just because I'm ready now. Because I never want to see. I never want to see that again.
No. Yeah. I don't blame you for that.
That was bad. Do you remember that, Joe?
Yes, I do remember that.
What's up, Joe? Go ahead. What's up, Joe?
I feel like we're just talking every Tuesday. I love having this late night chat with you guys on Tuesdays. Chill. I haven't tried to talk to you on your lives, but man, they are hard to get in, so I'm just gonna stick to Tuesdays now because I'm coming back after college. I'm seeing 32 people requesting, going, I'm all right. I'll talk to you on Tuesday because I know I'll end up talking to you. The reason why I brought out me Boston Celtics cap out tonight was because look at this. This thing is getting grey. I don't want to see my Boston Celtics with a grey logo. The last time we won the chip was 2 years ago. I'm forever grateful.
So you need a new one, is what you're saying. Like so you need the update one. You need the update
I need a new, fresh, clean green one. Chill. I don't want this grey one anymore.
Talk about a spoiled fan base. It's been a whole 2 years.
Oh my goodness, boy! Can you imagine?
Let me dream, boys. Let me dream. Listen. This is the team that you all writ off, and now that we're in the second seed, I want to win this chip, and I turn around and put the middle finger up and say, you know what, you counted out to not even make it to the playoffs, and now we've made it to the playoffs and won it all.
Joe, for the record, Joe, just so you know, I picked Boston to be a top 4 team this year,
that's why I love you more than Chill, because Chill hates us.
He does. It's he hates Jason Tatum for some reason. I don't know why.
I think because he's that handsome.
Joe knows that that's not true. He knows that that's so not true. He knows that. I don't even know why you're entertaining this, because you know that that's not true.
Spoiled.
But anyways, back to the actual topic. I was going to talk about the MVP and not be spoiled for the rest of the chat. We talk about the MVP. Most people talk about the MVP as the best player. People need to realize that the MVP is the most valuable player. Doesn't matter. You couldn't be great, but in terms of valuability, I think Jaylen Brown is the runner-up in terms of how valuable he's been for this team. I'm not saying he's the best, and that would be spoiled with me saying he's the best and he should be MVP and that we should win a chip. I'm not that crazy. I'm a bit crazy, but not that crazy. I think Jaylen Brown really is in contention for runners-up MVP. People don't like that, though, because they see Wemby and they see Nikola Jokic, who getting triple doubles most games. But in terms of
none of them dudes have played more than Jaylen Brown. None of them dudes have contributed to winning more than Jaylen Brown has contributed to winning. He's arguably the best two-way player in the game. His game has improved over the course of this year. I think he's only missed 4 games. Yes, he is turning the ball over a little bit, but that's not. I think we got to put into context how he's turning the ball over. He'll drop the ball off to Keita, and Keita will fumble the ball out of bounds. He'll throw the ball on the wing to Peyton Pritchard. He'll travel. Like, these are the kind of turnovers. Yes, he'll lose the basketball. I think that's part of it. But it's not like this guy is turning the ball over like every other play where he's averaging like 8-9 turnovers a game. Yeah. That's not going on. There's a reason why they're at the top of the Eastern Conference. They're at the top of the Eastern Conference because of that system and because Jaylen Brown is still plugged into his role. It just got expanded, and he still has to do a little bit more. And because he has to do a little bit more, he's flourishing in that role. I think that of the MVP ladder that I saw, I'm putting him behind SGA. I'm straight on Nikola Jokic being number 2. There's no way you could sell me that a guy that's been out of the lineup for a month and his team is still rolling, that he's still a top MVP candidate. No, I don't think so.
And
I think then I will be the crazy one if that's what it takes.
Oh no!
To say that Jaylen Brown should be the MVP this year. Number one, if I had a vote, Jaylen Brown's getting it, because if I look at SGA, who's a better player, sorry if that bothers you, SGA, who's a better player, he's got the much better, deeper team. They can survive without him more than if we're talking about most valuable. And what better narrative when we talk about, because when we talk about MVPs, we talk about narratives a lot, and we talk about expectations. Other than me, who had the Celtics doing anything other than Celtic fans?
I didn't.
No one. So if it was a coach of the year, we'd say, yeah, of course, no problem. That coach should win coach of the year. That team was expected to finish dead last and they finished second. No, it goes to Jaylen Brown. I'm sorry. He should be the MVP.
That is probably the best thing I've ever heard you say in your entire life. That is.
I'm not saying it just for you. I believe it.
Good to talk to you, Joe. We know where to find you at, brother. Absolutely.
I'll make sure to be on tomorrow for that new show.
Yeah, 8:30. It's gonna be fire.
Yes, sir. We'll catch up with you, brother.
If I'm debating any of yous, I'll just come back down. I don't want to. I'd rather not, because you guys know too. You know too much, far too much. Good to talk to you, though.
Yes, sir.
See you, Joe. Let me just, before we bring Leaf on, let me just. How can I do this? I don't even know how to do this. Do you know how to do this?
Do I know how to do?
What if I do? No, let me do it. All right. Fluent versus Chill versus everybody. Everyone, excuse me, not everybody. That's tomorrow that's tomorrow. What up?
What up?
All right, I'm gonna get right to it. So the 3 mics, the silence forever, based on all of. Y'all can hear me?
Yep, you hear me? You good?
So I'm gonna get right into it, bro. The 3 mics that I'm silencing forever, based on these 12 ruthless individuals. Jason Whitlock, obviously, for sure. I think we can all agree on that.
Goodbye.
Wait. Let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you. Do you believe that my show, Big Chocolate and Peanut Butter, would be entertaining to watch? Jason Whitlock and Joy Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not hear that part?
No.
Jason Whitlock and Joy Taylor doing a show together?
Come on. No. Come on, bro. Y'all got a family show, bro. Y'all got kids and grandkids.
Jason Whitlock. Keep going, Leaf. Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock. Let's see. Who else I need to get rid of? I get rid of Joy Taylor just cause, man. I mean, she could get up out of here, and I'm gonna keep Kendrick Perkins and Nick Wright around because LeBron is about to retire. So when he really retires, they're gonna be fired anyway. So I'm pretty much cool with that.
So they're gonna phase themselves out. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna phase themselves out, and I guess Stephen A.
So
You know,
Stephen
I
A's
guess,
gone.
I guess Stephen A. Yeah.
Stephen A. is gone.
Jason Whitlock for sure. He's a lot.
Yeah,
I think between the three of us, he's a lot. I listen. I don't like him so much. I'll throw Chill in that spot, and I don't like Chill neither. But like, so I'll throw him right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen. Anybody that's LeBron incorporated, bro, they only gonna be around for another year or two, and then they're gonna get fired when LeBron ain't around. So like, that's what I do. To get into the Super Bowl, Chill, cover your ears, bro, because you already know I'm gonna speak entirely out of pocket when I say this. The NFL gets the best of both worlds. They get to sell the Patriots and they get to treat Drake May like the second coming of Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of they had Buffalo for a while because it was they was promoting Josh Allen all year. You know what I'm saying? But he dropped the ball because that's the Buffalo Bills. BILLS. You know what it stands for? Boy, I love losing Super Bowls, man. Like that's just how they do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just their main game. In terms of the Super Bowl picks,
is Josh Allen is Josh Allen 2009 LeBron? Like he was the one who didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Like he should have been in the finals, but he didn't hold up his end of the bargain. 2010 LeBron. Is that who Josh Allen is?
Yes.
I would say he's probably Joel Embiid. Because he's supposed to make he was supposed to get out of the conference a while ago, and it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So Josh Allen, I wouldn't compare him. I mean, as much as I think, everything I think of LeBron, but I'm not putting him on LeBron's level in terms of anything what LeBron was.
No, but I think what he's saying though is like we all expected LeBron to be there, and remember it's supposed to be Kobe versus LeBron.
In 09?
LeBron didn't get it done.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Do you remember what that Orlando team looked like? You want me to read the roster?
As good as that Orlando roster was. Yeah, we don't need the roster. This is the 66-win team. We were supposed to get the Lakers and the Cavs in the finals. That's what we were supposed to win. That's what we were supposed to get.
You're a 66-win team with home court advantage, the best player in the world, and the other team is missing their starting. The other team is missing their starting all-star point guard. Yeah, you should beat them. I don't care.
We were supposed to get them in the finals.
I don't care
that's
who's
what
on
we were supposed to get. Yes, that's a fact.
I mean, if you say so, but I need 2 hours to go down that rabbit hole with you, and I don't spend Mondays and Fridays.
We don't have that much.
But the Bucks are exposed. I guess. I mean,
Leak, unfortunately, brother, we out of time, so we can't really do this as much as I would like for you to do this with us, my man. So we unfortunately got to bounce, but we will see you soon, my man. We absolutely know where to find you at. No doubt about it.
And I'm cool, bro. And I wasn't an offender, Bennett. It was the actual whole. I slipped clean off the road and spins out, bro.
Leaf, can you not can you not yourself up, Leaf? Don't do that, please, yo. Can you not?
It wasn't my fault, bro. Okay. Like it was the roads. What you talking about?
Okay, you ain't in New York no more, yo. You're not in New York no more, B.
I don't drive that fast in New York.
You're not in New
I'm
York.
Good. I'm good. My phone's is fresh. Yeah.
Good. Don't pick yourself up, Leaf. Please don't do that. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. Good to talk to you.
I clearly missed something.
Yeah, Leaf was in.
You did.
Yeah, good to talk to you, Leaf. I know where to find you at, brother. Yep. No doubt. Yeah, Tony Leaf was in a car accident and he almost killed himself. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, Leaf was in a car accident. He luckily didn't kill himself, so that's why I was like, Leaf,
I had no idea.
Don't do
that. No idea.
So, yeah.
So you should be sure to check out Fluent versus Chill versus Everyone. Is on tomorrow. I'm trying to get you to see the graphic. It's on tomorrow, 8:30, right here. Wherever you're watching right now, just be here tomorrow at 8:30. It's I think it's gonna be. Listen, the best part. Listen, the show's gonna get better. Like with every new show, the show's gonna get better over time. But I think the first few episodes where we're fumbling to figure it out, I think it's gonna be the funniest. Like it'll get better, but I think you know how blah get into these. I can't even
from the top.
Yeah,
from the top. So, and we got some exciting news coming up for you guys really soon. So we got some exciting news coming up. And, something is around the bend. Yeah, something is around the bend, and we'll keep you guys posted. I think this is going to happen. We'll keep you guys posted, and we will see you soon. But until then, you know where to find me and my man Tony Tone right here every Tuesday night, right here on the Chilltown Hoops Network. Me and my man Tony Tone, we do it every Tuesday. We will see you soon. Until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When's the last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. We'll talk to you guys soon, man. But until then, take it light. But take it. Absolutely, man. It was good to see you guys tonight. This was dope. I enjoyed this. So stay tuned. We got some real cool stuff coming up. So
give me just one day.
Fluent and chill. What it takes, stay real.